Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me. I am still Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com. It is still in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Reach out to me directly. I am still Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we are discussing the lovely and versatile Breitling Transocean Chronograph in stainless steel with panda dial and diamond bezel. This watch is 43 millimeters in diameter, 14.4 millimeters thick, and from lug tip to lug tip, it's got a big wingspan at 55.2 millimeters with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. You can see the watch wears substantial. It's a large piece. The lug-to-lug span here is getting fairly close to what you would expect on a 45 millimeter watch. So though it's a 43, think of it as more of a 45 round watch, and you've got the right idea. Now, it's not excessively thick for its size. It also has a generously stepped case flank, so most jacket cuffs will slide up and over this just fine. Taking a look over the top, you can see that the lugs are out over the edge of my wrist a bit, so I recommend you have a wrist of 17 centimeters circumference or larger in order to wear this optimally. Taking a look at the strap, Breitling straps, for some reason, always seem more opulent than you would expect for a middle-of-the-market luxury brand. So generally considered to be a peer to the likes of, say, Omega, Breitling seems to aspire to more like Vacheron AP Patek Philippe when it comes to straps. They're thick cut, made of high-grade materials. They look and they feel luxurious. Here we have a traditional aviator's combination of a contrasting stitch and black calfskin. You can see that there's substantial bolstering to give it volume, and then a sheer cut side showing you the layers of leather, which are massive. Calfskin on the bottom, no crimping, no gouging, Breitling factory strap in outstanding condition. We have a pin buckle that features the Breitling wing logo and polished surfacing on its exterior facets. Taking a quick look at the case, the lugs do have quite a bit of presence. You can see that there's a little step between lug profile and case band, so they read visually as separate components. Everything is of high polish, and the case is relatively sheer and cylindrical, rotating around the Breitling B logo on the crown, vintage-inspired pump-style pushers, and of course a 1950s-style Transocean aesthetic with a dial side rather than bezel-mounted tachymeter scale, characteristic of pre-1960 watch design. So with the tachymeter, you can use the chronograph to gauge the speed of an object. The classical example being a race car over a kilometer, but with conversions, you can also do miles per hour. And of course, if you're good with mental decimals, you can time things and gauge the speed of very fast and very slow objects. Now, about that bezel, set with brilliant cut diamonds, you could see that it features a lovely and even twinkle all the way around. They are even in color, clarity, and carats. There is no gradient or variation from gem to gem. Taking a look at the sapphire here, this is a watch with a little bit of a 1940s, 1950s calculated vintage aesthetic, so you have a bubble-like sapphire. It is a sapphire, but it's boxed and cambered to look like a vintage thermoplastic. The dial, a lovely matte silver with anthracite sub-registers, each one dished. You can see with a little bit of countersink. We have vintage-inspired 3-minute marks on the chronograph minutes display for 3, 6, and 9 minutes, because back in the middle of the 20th century, long-distance phone calls would have been billed in 3-minute increments. There is some lume. We're going to take a look at it right now. No problem reading the time in the dark. Of course, we've got a small, elegantly faceted date window between 4 and 5, and the watch has a quick set system as well as hacking seconds. Hacking seconds stops everything, so you can set the watch precisely against a reference time. And then we have a quick set, which allows you to rapidly cycle the date, just like that. The watch features a crisp column wheel action. In fact, this is the B01 caliber, so you could see the column wheel with its crenellated towers in action on the back. One of the best feeling and sharpest, I would say most precise rifle-like column wheel actions. The Breitling B01 caliber really punching above its weight. Makes me think of Rolex Daytonas with the 4130 and Lange Datagraphs with the 951. Really great column wheel feel. Vertical clutch action, so you can see when I start the chrono hand, there's no jump or stagger. It's just a seamless advance. And because it is vertical clutch, there's no additional play, wear, or tear, so you can leave the system running full time. With automatic winding, this is a 70-hour power reserve. Take a quick quick look, you can see that we have small applique faceted hour indices, so no printed features here. Well, we do have little cabochon of loom outboard. This has an all applique index dial with an applied Breitling B, so it has a nice upscale feel to it. And then on the reverse side, caliber B01, originally launched in 2009 on the Chronomats. Not initially designed for display casebacks, but it looks great under a display caseback. It's a fairly large movement with a visible column wheel and a handsome architecture that makes some of the most compelling components of the mechanism, especially the chronograph mechanism, visible from the caseback. 47 joules, 4 hertz, that's 8 beats per second. Quick set, stop seconds, COSC certified Swiss chronometer. And all of this water resistant down to 100 meters, which is quite a bit more than the Navitimers, which tend to max out at 30. So if you put this on a water resistant strap, yes, you could absolutely take it swimming. If you love this watch, reach out to me. I am Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.